Education is the only real ticket out of poverty, but the situation of the education sector, like many other developing nations, appears bleak. Imagine not even being able to go to school or learn the basic skills needed to participate in the society, to get a job, to create a better life for oneself, as well as achieve our much-cherished goal of world peace. Pakistan has one of the lowest levels of literacy rates. It is ranked second in the world for having the most out-of-school children, and more than half of them are girls. Schools are often insufficient. Most of the schools do not have sufficient numbers of teachers. The ones they have are poorly trained, and the schools lack educational materials. The government's policy of free education up to the lower secondary level has not succeeded in providing universal education. Beyond this, most rural families cannot afford such simple items as the school uniform, supplies, and the small school fee. Often the family needs the money the child can earn by working. Without an education, the children, especially those orphans, destitute or abandoned, are destined to lead a life of extreme poverty and backbreaking labor or other forms of exploitation. The Rahma Islamic Relief Fund is working to change this staggering scenario in Pakistan. In December 2008, it started a scholarship program in rural areas of Azad Jammu and Kashmir for making education possible for the children who have no other hope. In choosing students, the Rahma Islamic Relief Fund gives priority to girls who have lost their parental love and care in the devastating South Asian earthquake of October 2005 and who have dropped out of school or are at the risk of it because of poverty. The Fostering Child Development through Enlightened Education, Youth Leadership and Active Citizenship project provides scholarships to 450 orphan students from kindergarten through high school for 1 complete year. Support is provided through funding to cover all costs related to the students' education and as mentorship, moral support and guidance by the Reed Foundation, our local partner NGO, that has more than 65,000 students in its 331 schools and affords a quality education for 7,000 orphan students. Sadia, a young girl studying in the 9th grade at Reed Foundation High School, Gojra, Muzaffarabad, is one of the many beneficiaries of this scholarship program. She lives with her mother and a younger sister in a shanty one-room house leased out to them by a local family in return for work. Sadia's mother worked as a maid cleaning homes and washing clothes around the neighborhood or pulling both ends together. There were days when the family would have nothing to eat because they did not have any money to buy food, what to talk of having the luxury of education.
गोश्त हम लाते ही नहीं, कभी कभार के ईद पे लाते हैं, तो बस जो दाल सब्जी रोटी जो भी हो खा लेते हैं। कभी कभी तो मेरी बेटियां भूखी भी जाती रही स्कूल में। इस मर्तबा जब पेपर हुए 3 बार मेरी बेटियां सुबह सुबह भूखी गई हैं स्कूल। तो अब बड़ी हो गई हैं, अब पता है इनको। तो पहले जब छोटी थी तंग करती थी, अगर कुछ ना हो फिर भी मांगती थी, अब नहीं मांगती। अब बड़ी हो गई, अब इनको पता है। तो जब कुछ नहीं होता ना, अल्लाह मियाँ खुद ही सब्र दे देते हैं।
Sadia was one of the best students in her class, but all her hopes of getting an education were fast diminishing. Sadia had decided to share the burden of her family by working at people's homes with her mother. In those moments of despair and despondency, the project team reached out to her mother with the news of providing Sadia and her sister Ayman with complete sponsorship for their education and supporting their allied needs. Today, Sadia is attending her school regularly. After school, she helps her mother with household chores and prepares her lessons in the hours of daylight, as the room they live in is devoid of electricity and her family cannot buy kerosene oil for lighting the lamp to study by at night.
Phenomena. For example, movement of muscles and bones follows the principles of physics. मुझे जो भी होमवर्क मिलता है मैं 5 बजे तक कर लेती हूँ क्योंकि हमारे घर लाइट नहीं है तो इसलिए चलना भी मुश्किल होता है अंधेरे में, इसलिए सारा काम पहले ही करना पड़ता है.
But a resolute and intelligent Sadia is continuing her education against all adversities and is once again the top student in her class. Her small eyes dream of a new tented abode that protects her family against the chilling Himalayan waves. Sadia is one of the many examples of young girls whose lives are being transformed through this gift of education in a safe and secure learning environment through qualified teachers and innovative learning programs.
Both these sisters are very good. They are very keen in their studies and they are very punctual and they are very, you can say, well dressed. All these organizations must take keen interest about these type of students because they want to study but they don't have resources to fulfill their needs and fulfill their wishes.
The preliminary feedback from the beneficiary students and their families as well as participating schools suggests a great impact on the education of the children. As a result of these scholarships, school attendance increased significantly and the dropout rates plummeted. The project is envisaged to have a domino effect as the families of students who are not supported by the project are encouraged to send their children to school in the hope for a better future.
मेरा मकसद अपने पाँव पर खड़ा होना है और मैं अपना मकसद हासिल करके रहूँगी.